Sairam students, in this session we had come up with a fantastic topic, that is pronouns and kinds of pronouns. Before we start with this incredible topic, I hope you all are ready with a pen and a notebook to write down all the important points that we are going to discuss today. Let me start something like this. Hema is happy today. Hema got up very early in the morning. Hema helped mummy in household chore. Students, am I sounding correct? Do you feel there should be some changes, or do you feel there are some changes required? Do you feel that when I'm repeating the noun, that is Hema, again and again, it is sounding good? No. So let me repeat the same sentences again. Hema is happy today. She got up very early in the morning. She helped mummy in her household chore. Now, I feel this is sounding something correct, isn't it? So, did you all find any changes in these two sentences? Yes, it does. It does not sound good when I was repeating the noun, that is Hema, again and again while talking. But when I change these sentences and I have replaced it with pronoun, it was sounding better. So, here we understand that a pronoun is a word that replaces a noun in a sentence. Pronouns are used to avoid repeating the same nouns over and over again. Now, students, let us understand some points to remember. Pronoun takes the same position as a noun in a sentence. Now, when we talk about same position, what do we understand with this? Let me explain you quickly with an example. Now, for example, Ram is a boy, he loves to play guitar. So, I am using the pronoun he, and he is the same position, or you can say the subject also. I hope it's clear. Now, pronoun should also agree with the verb in the sentence, both in gender and number. It's very important that pronoun should agree with a gender and number. Now, let me tell you how. For example, Sunita loves to play guitar. Now, since Sunita, we know she is a girl, so we will replace the sentence as she loves to play guitar. We will understand this with one more example. Sam loves to play guitar. Now here, since Sam is a boy, I will replace the sentence as he loves to play guitar. So, with these two examples, we understand the concept of gender. Now, let's understand the concept of number. Rusty and Alan likes to play guitar. Now, will I use he and he likes to play guitar? It's so funny, isn't it? So, I will replace this sentence as they like to play guitar. Now, isn't it sounding correct? Hence, here the word they is talking about the number. Now, let us understand again with these examples which is written here. Shalini is my best friend. Now, since Shalini is a girl, so I will use the pronoun as she is a great dancer. I cannot use he over here. Now, let's look at the next example. Hari loves to work. He is efficient boy. Can you think of it, student? Why did I replace the noun as he? Yes, you are thinking correct. Hari is a masculine gender. Hence, the sentence will be Hari loves to work. He is efficient boy. Now, look at the next example. Sam and Tom loves to play football. Now, we cannot replace this as Sam and Sam or he and he loves to play football. Okay, we need to replace according to the number. So, we will replace it as they love to play football. Students, in this session we are also going to learn different kinds of pronoun like personal pronoun, possessive pronoun, relative pronoun, demonstrative pronoun, emphatic pronoun, reflexive pronoun, indefinite pronoun, and interrogative pronoun. We are going to learn them one by one. Starting with the first topic, that is personal pronoun. What do you think of a personal? Now, personal is something that is related to a person. Now, personal pronouns are used as a substitute for a person's name. They can be either singular or plural. Personal pronoun is something that we have discussed earlier, like he, she, and so on. Now, we are going to learn something more about it, but before that, let us understand this first. Let us understand what is first person, second person, and third person. Now, I have noticed many students getting confused with this first person, second person, and third person. Let me make it simple for you all. First person is somebody who is talking. That means the speaker is the first person. Like I, me, us, mine will be the first person. Then the second person is whom I am talking to. Like right now, I am talking to you. So you are the second person. Like the listener, that is the listener is the second person, like you, your, yours. Now the third person will be I am talking about, that is about whom the speaker is talking about. So it will be like he, she, it, they, them, and so on. I hope you all have understood the concept of first person, second person, and third person. Okay, let me explain you with an example. I need to talk to you. So the first person is I and the second person will be you. Now, if I extend this sentence further, I need to talk to you about her. So, here, her will be the third person. I hope you all are understanding. Now, this is a quick, small, easy table. I will just read it out for you all. As I said, speaker is the first person. So, we can use I as the first person. And in case of object, we will use we. It depends on the sentence. Now, the speaker can be plural also. So, in that case, we will use we. Now, in the case of second person, the second person always remain you. Moving on about third person. Third person is whom I am talking about. So it can be he, she, it. Okay. So he, she, it will be the third person. This is in the case when they are singular. But when I am talking about more than one person, then in that case, the plural form will be they. That is they. So, I hope students, you all are clear with this. So, students, let's move on and understand personal pronoun sentences. The first one. Is that my book? I suppose those clothes are yours. Jia said that the bangle was hers. Nidhi has not come today. Do you know where she is? I hope these examples have helped you all to understand the personal pronoun sentences in a better way. Now, let's move on and understand the next topic, that is possessive pronoun. Now, students, what do you mean by possessive? Possessive means to possession something, or we can say it's an ownership. So let's read this. A possessive pronoun is a pronoun that is used to indicate possession or ownership. You will understand better with this example. This is my pen. So it is talking about ownership. That is, this is mine. This pen is mine. Now, let me give you one more example. The keys on the table are yours. Now, what do you think yours is? Yes, this shows possession. So, let's move ahead and understand this table. I believe that this table will be really helpful for you all. Now, just remember, we are talking about possessive pronoun, and we will understand this in regards to person. Okay, when I talk about a pen and I say this pen is mine, so it will be a singular person talking about a pen. Now, say about there are more than one person, that is this pen belongs to me and to my friend also. Then how will I say? I will say this pen is ours. So in a plural case, I will use ours. So as and when the subject or the pronoun changes, that is from a singular to the plural, you are going to change the pronoun as well. In the second case, we are going to talk about ours and yours. Like, this house is ours. That house is yours. Okay, let's move on towards the third person. Now, suppose you have find a purse somewhere lying down, okay, and you are asking everybody whose purse is this. So, someone suddenly pops up and says that this purse is hers, his or hers. So, again you are using the word hers. Now, instead of purse, you happen to find out two bottles. Okay, and you are asking again to everybody about this bottle. So, and somebody suddenly pops up and says, these bottles are theirs. Then you are using the pronoun. I hope this clears to you about the possessive pronoun and their usage. Now, let's read some more sentences. Like, the kids are yours and mine. The next one, the dog is mine. The cat is yours. This house is mine. I hope, students, with all these examples, you are clear with possessive pronouns. Now, let's move ahead and learn the next type of pronoun, that is demonstrative pronouns. Now, the word demonstrative means to demonstrate, or you can say to show or to point out. As I said, demonstrative means to show. It also points out. Pronouns that are used to point out the object or objects are called demonstrative pronouns. Now you will understand this better with this example. That is my bat. This is my car. So this and that both are demonstrative pronoun as they are pointing out the object. So anything which is pointing out is called demonstrative. Now demonstrative pronouns include this, that, these, those. There is one more simple way to identify demonstrative pronoun. You will always find a verb just beside the demonstrative pronoun. Easy, isn't it? Now, let's understand few more examples of demonstrative pronouns. These are ugly. Those are lovely. The next one, don't drink this. Such was his understanding. I hope students you all have understood demonstrative sentences. Now let us move towards our next type of pronouns, that is distributive pronouns. The word distributive itself says something. That means we are distributing. Okay, now let's understand this. Pronouns that are used to show the distribution of a noun is called distributive pronoun. It's very simple to understand distributive pronoun. Distributive pronoun includes none, any, each, every, either, neither, and so on. You will understand better with this example. Each soldier has a gun. Now students, try to understand. We are not talking about anything particular. We are talking about each soldier. So each is distributed. Any of these books will do. It's talking about out of many, it's only talking about any. Either of any one will do. So any will be your distributive pronoun. Now let's read some more sentences of distributive pronoun. The first one, each of the girls draw a picture. Next, either of these has that information. You can sit either side of the window. The last one, neither of the newspapers is English. I hope students you all have understood distributive pronouns. Now let us move ahead and learn interrogative pronouns. Now students, what do you understand with interrogative? Yes, interrogative means to interrogate. That means to ask question. Now students, let's read the definition. And interrogative pronouns are pronouns that are to ask question. Now you will understand better with this and with this example. What is your name? Now here I am asking you a question. What? Are you understanding? Now interrogative pronouns include who, whom, which, what, whoever, whomever, whichever, and whatever. These are all WH question. Now let's read few more sentences of interrogative pronouns. What would you like to have? Tea or a coffee? Now here I'm asking a question. What would you like to have? So what is an interrogative pronoun? The next one, who is your favorite cricketer? Then, which is your bicycle? Then, which of these do you like better? I hope student, with these examples you all have understood interrogative pronouns. Now let's move ahead and learn the next type of pronouns, that is indefinite pronouns. Now students, if we do not want to indicate any exact person, place or thing, we will use indefinite pronouns. Now like here, indefinite pronouns do not point to particular nouns. We use them when an object does not need to be specifically identified. As such, it can remain indefinite. Now, the indefinite pronoun includes few, everyone, all, some, anything, anybody, and so on. Now, let's understand this indefinite pronoun with an example. Like, somebody ate my sandwich. Somebody is not the exact person, as no one knows who ate the sandwich. Now, the next sentence. Everyone says she is beautiful. Now, student, again understand this sentence. She is not particular. Here she is talking about everyone. So there is nothing specific. All were hungry. Now students, understand, we are not talking about anything specific. We are talking about all. Now, let's move and understand the next sentence. None is happy these days. Then the next one is, some were very much pleased. Then the last one, everyone is here already. So, whenever there is something in general, it is talking in general, nothing specific, then it is called as indefinite pronouns. Now, let us move ahead and understand the next type of pronouns, that is relative pronouns. Now, relative pronouns are used to connect a clause or a phrase to a noun or pronoun. We often see them when we need to add more information. Now, student, let's understand this in an easy way. What do we understand with the word relative? Now, relative means not the relative actually who comes to a house, but relative means relating to words or sentence or a clause, or you can say any phrases. Relative pronouns include who, whom, which, whoever, whomever, whichever, that, and so on. Now, students, you might be getting confused that even in interrogative pronoun we have the same words. Now, again in relative pronoun we have the same who, whom, which, whoever, and so on. Do not worry, I will clear your doubts with this example. The girl who won the music competition is my best friend. Now here, the girl, I'm relating this girl further with one more sentence. Who won the music competition is my best friend. Now see, I'm relating with the word who. I'm not asking a question. I'm just relating. I hope you all have understood this example, and there's one more point where you can understand. See, there is a full stop. The sentence is a complete sentence. There is no question mark. So there's no chance of being an interrogative over here. It is simply relative pronoun. I hope this example is clear. Now let's move on with the next example. The pants that I bought yesterday are already stained. Now see, the pant is connecting. Okay, it's further connecting the sentence. I bought yesterday are already stained. So which word is connecting over here? That. I hope you're understanding. Now let's see the next example. The book, when it was finally returned, was torn. Let's read the next one. The clubhouse in which the dance was held housed about 200 people. Now, student, understand the word which is not asking a question here. It is relating the two phrases or sentence. Am I clear, students? Now let's move ahead and understand the next type of pronoun, that is reflexive pronouns. Now, students, you must have heard this word reflexive in science. Yes, it means to reflex. Pronouns are used when the action done by the subject turns back or reflect on the subject. Or we can also say pronouns are called reflexive pronouns when the action of the verb turns back on the subject. Reflexive pronouns are usually object of the verb. Now, let me make it simple for you all. Let us understand this with an example. Here, the action, that is clean, which is also a verb here, it reflects on the subject. That is, a subject is also the object of the sentence. Like, who cleaned? Myself. Now, there is an action past. Now, for example, if I say, cleaned is a verb, and there is an action past over here. Are you understanding? Now, student, one important point to be noted. A reflexive pronoun can never be used as the subject of a sentence. It is always used as object of a verb. I can never say that myself cleaned the room. I can never use myself in the beginning. It will be totally incorrect because myself is the pronoun which we can never use as the subject. It's a reflexive pronoun. It cannot be used in the beginning. Now, let's read some more examples. Like, I fed myself the grapes. Now here, fed is a verb and there's an action which is past. Now look at the next example. We blamed ourselves for the accident. Here again, there's an action passed by the verb. John helped himself to the food. And the last example is, they bought themselves new shoes. Now, students, did you all notice something common in all these sentences? Yes. Now, let me tell you what is common over here. Now, everywhere you will find there is a verb just beside a reflexive pronoun. Now understand, it is not necessary that in each and every case you will find a verb just beside the reflexive. But in many cases you will find verb just beside the reflexive. And you also need to keep this point in your mind that there should be an action past. I hope you all are clear with reflexive pronoun. Now, let's move ahead towards the next type of pronoun, that is emphatic pronoun. An emphatic pronoun is also known as intensive pronouns. Now, here The word empathic means emphasizing on something. Now let's read the definition. Pronouns that are used to emphasize are called emphasizing pronouns. Now you will understand better with this example. Let's understand this. I myself cleaned the room. Now if you remember, the earlier example which I gave you was I cleaned the room myself. And now here in this emphatic pronoun, I am using the example as I myself cleaned the room. Now let's see the difference. How do I identify emphatic pronouns? Let's read some more example of emphatic pronoun and understand this in a better way. Number of pronouns given like I, you, he, she, we, they. Now, let us read the sentence. I myself saw the masked thief. Next one. You yourself should learn to do it. Then, he himself cooked a meat for dinner. She herself agreed to help me. We ourselves will support you. They themselves volunteered to clean the school compound. Now, did you all see anything common in these sentences? Yes. You will always find a pronoun like I, you, he, she, we, they, and so on, just beside the emphatic pronoun. Isn't it easy to identify? As you all know, student, in the emphatic pronoun and in the reflexive pronoun, you have a same sort of words like myself, herself, yourself, yourselves, himself, itself, themselves, ourselves, and so on. Now, how do I differentiate between a emphatic pronoun and a reflexive pronoun? I think with the previous example you all must have understood, but let's quickly understand with these few examples. Now, this table will make everything clear and easy. Now, let's look at the first example. Richa herself bought a home. Here, herself is used to emphasize the noun that is Richa. Even if you remove herself from the sentence, that is Richa bought a home. Now, here students, it does not change any meaning of the sentence. Hence, this sentence, Richa herself bought a home, is an emphatic sentence. You will always find a personal pronoun or a noun just beside the emphatic pronoun. Isn't it easy? Now, let's read this example. Richa bought herself a home. Now, here, herself is also reflecting the noun. Here, subject is also the object here. And if you remember, I gave you one more clue, one more trick that you will always find, or in many cases you will find a verb just beside reflexive. Now in this case, you can see the verb bought just beside reflexive, that is herself. So isn't it easy? Now let's read the next example. I myself made a cake. Myself is used to just emphatic, and you can also find myself is just beside the personal pronoun. Now, In the next sentence, I made myself cake. Now, it actually tells for whom the cake was made. So, it is a reflexive pronoun. There is an action which is past. I hope students you all have understood how to differentiate between a reflexive pronoun and emphatic pronoun, and I'm sure further you will never get confused. Now students, I will stop this session here. Before that, as you all know, you will be getting a link for your assignment. You have to click on that link, you have to complete your assignment, and then you have to click on submit. Alright, see you again next time. Sairam, take care.